Good evening and welcome to TIFF and woohoo! And the premiere screening of Cities of Last Things. My name is June Kim and I'm part of the programming team here at TIFF. To begin, we would like to acknowledge that tonight's event is taking place on the treaty territory of Mississaugas of New Credit and the traditional territory of Haudenosaunee, Anishinaabe, and the Huron-Wendat. We are grateful to have the opportunity to work in this community. This film is eligible for the Toronto Platform Prize presented by Air France. This film is also eligible for the Gauche People's Choice Award. Vote for your favorite films at tiff.net/vote. We would like to thank Chungha Films for providing us with this film. Today, we're extremely lucky and happy to have director Ho Wei-ding back in Toronto. It's been quite some time since he was here with his charming debut feature, Pinoy Sunday. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming director Ho Wei-ding and his talented cast. Could you please say a few words before we screen the film?
Sure. Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm drunk. I have jet lag, but it's okay. It's almost full house, so I'm happy, and I'm glad to be here. Thank you, TIFF, for selecting this film. It's an honor. And those who are not rushing for late night subway, please stick around for Q&A. I really value your opinion, seriously. Okay.
Hello. I don't have, just enjoy.
Yes, she's drunk too.
OK， 我今天也是第一次跟大家看，然后希望大家会喜欢，谢谢。
This is the first time I'm watching this film with everyone else, so I hope you guys like it.
Great. Just like the director said, we will have a Q&A after the screening, so please stick around and you can talk to the beautiful actors. Thank you and enjoy the show.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for staying, and please welcome back on stage Ho Wei-ding, the director of the film. Lee Hoon-chi, one of the main lead actor, and Louise Grimber. Please join me in welcoming them back on stage.
Is she here?
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. It's quite late at night, and I don't want to take much time away from your questions, so I'm just gonna ask you a couple of questions to the director just to start the conversation. So first question is about the format. Why did you choose decide to shoot the film on 35 millimeters in this digital era?
Well, people ask me all the time, but just basically it's like, why not? I have a phone I've been using for a while, and it's not broken. I have an attachment to it. Why do I have to change my phone every year because it's a new software? The market told you to change a new phone every day, but I like my old phone. So for me, it's like, if I like it, why do I have to change it? And it's basically, for me, it's a reminder that of who I am as a filmmaker, that from the beginning, what film is about from the very beginning. And also, I mean, seriously, for me, it's psychology. It's nostalgic, and for me, it's a memory of, like sitting inside a dark theater and watch a film. It's a dream, So why do I make the dream so clean and clear and no grain and so true to life? I mean, then go to the street and watch news. So. For me, this is filmmaking.
Thank you. And also, can you tell us a bit, how did you come up with the concept of the story?
I was in the shower.
That's a good start.
Yeah, yeah. Don't underestimate shower or jogging. And I seriously, it took a long time. It's never like click. It was based on. I guess it was inspired by news. I mean, again, it's a good way to find a story. The last part was actually based on a true story. In Taiwan, there was a reunion of mother and son at the police station after 30 years old. Like after 30 years, so I thought it was a great like material. So that's why I kind of put it on. The reason I use this structure because I think, I mean, again, for film and literature are the only two forms that you can play around with time. And as a filmmaker, you have freedom to tell a story in a different way. Why do you have to always tell a story in a straightforward way? So, because as a filmmaker, you have a freedom. Why don't you just use it? It's a privilege, yeah.
Last but not least question to you from me about the title. The Chinese title and the English title of the film are different, and the English title, I think it refers to a book by Paul Auster that is titled Country of
In the
Last
Country of Last Things,
yeah.
yeah.
So I just wanted to know if this text by Paul Auster somehow influenced your film or no?
Just
it
the
was
title.
just like the title.
No, I love Paul Auster film books, and I read almost every one of his books, and I just like the sound of the title. But I think I remember, if you guys know Paul Auster, In the Country of Last Things, is also talk about, I think, near future, in a different space, and yeah, I think it just sounds cool. And the Chinese theater, the Chinese title is basically it's called City of Happiness. Actually, if you know Chinese, when you look at the Chinese title, you're gonna get different kind of interpretation. You're gonna realize that this is really a title. Trying to make fun of it, because Chinese people like to use 幸福. 幸福 is happiness, and they like to use this to sell everything. Housing, I mean, everywhere you see the words cake, housing. So for them, it's just like, I don't know. They like the lie. They think this is what make them feel better. But for me, this is my joke on my take on this. Yeah.
And also, I have one question for both of you, Luis and Li Hunqi. What did you like about the character that you played in the movie, and what did you made you decide to accept this role?
主要我觉得我会演这个角色的一个主要原因，是因为我觉得还是看跟导演的一个气质吧。因为我第一次看到这个故事，因为过去很多的电影是从小时候说到大，但是我这一次看到这个剧本，觉得有趣，是从未来说到以前，然后我就参与了这个电影。然后呢，这个角色对我来说最有趣的一个点，可能就是我跟路易斯吧，就是我跟他的语言不相通，但是我就觉得我们似乎不需要语言就可以沟通到很多的东西，这是我觉得非常棒的一件事，就是电影其实是可以超越语言的。
I think there are two main reasons why I took on this role. First is because I believe Director Ho and I are a great match, and I really appreciate the fact that he took the initiative to use a reverse chronological order instead of using the normal order. In this film, we saw the future and then we went back to the past. The second reason was because I think I really had a great time filming this movie with Louise. We do not understand each other because I speak Chinese, she speaks French, but I believe some things are not need to be communicated with language, and we were still able to understand each other and had a great time filming. Thank you.
Du coup, je peux parler en français. Du coup, je réponds sur le film en lui-même plutôt que sur le personnage. Le scénario était très original et le personnage de Hara me plaisait parce que c'est quelqu'un de très libre et que Wedding l'a écrit comme la représentation qu'il avait d'une jeune fille française. Et j'ai pu y apporter, moi, ce que je pensais être une jeune fille française. Et après, l'expérience en elle-même de tourner dans un pays qui n'est pas le mien, dans une langue qui n'est pas la mienne, et avec des acteurs qui ne parlent pas la même langue, mais avec qui on doit créer une histoire. Et c'était une expérience qui valait le coup.
So yeah, she's more answering about the film rather than the character. She felt that it was really an original script, and the way Ara was written was very free characters, and it was also specific representation of a French young, free woman, and she brought really like that to the role, like this kind of freedom and her own perspective. I mean, on being this French woman, and just the whole experience of working in a foreign country and not being understood. It was just a wonderful experience. Even cultural differences. It was a great experience.
And Louise, did you do any special preparation? Did you prepare for this role? Did you do some researches, or how did you work to build up the character that you play in the room?
No, not really. I didn't have the time.
Really?
It was a short time. I tried to work on my English a little and on the script, and that's it. Because the character it's very close to me.
Okay.
More or less.
Yeah, and also Hunchi, you play in 3 movies here at this festival: Long Day's Journey into the Night by Bigan and Baby by Liu Jie. Can you tell us about the differences? I mean, about the role you play in those 2 movies and in City of the Last Things, and also the challenges that you encounter, if you had any challenge in working in this, playing in this. In City of Last Things. Very prolific actor.
首先当然就是很荣幸，真的有3部片子在多伦多播放跟大家分享。然后对于我来说，OK， 我觉得主要最大的挑战是在于这个角色的气质吧，就是我不知道为什么我一直想到这个角色就是油油的、黏黏的、脏脏的。所以我尽量把自己吃胖一点，自己变壮一点，然后尽量不保养，让自己感觉就是水肿的样子。这对我来说是一个非常大的挑战。然后另外一个挑战是因为现在我刚演出电影的时候，因为我是在一个数位 数码的录影机的时代拍摄我的第一部电影，但是这一部是我的第二部长片，但是我用底片拍摄，所以我们不论是在于底片的那个拍摄的长度或者是精准度，我们都是对我来说是一个非常大的挑战，不像过去数位就是我要怎么演就怎么演。
It is really a privilege to be here at Toronto for 3 of my films this year. And in terms of the challenges, the first and foremost challenge is that the character has a special charisma. I pictured this character being old, fat, and almost a bit oily. So I try to eat a lot and even make myself a little bloated so I could fit in the character more. The second challenge would be the previous films that I played a role in were all made with digital film, but this one, it was using a photographic film, which was a great and very new experience to me because previously I could just act the way I want and that'll be it. But for photographic film, there were some specific instructions and rules that I need to obey to. Thank you.
Do you have any question? If you have, yes, please, in the back. Yeah. And can you try to speak loudly and make it?
Well, first off, for Director Ho, I'd just like to thank you for crafting such a powerful and artful film that depicts the psychological impact of living in society, right, with abandonment, betrayal, systemic corruption, and also mass surveillance. So thank you very much for that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Given that this is already taking place and will likely continue, especially under this current administration, given consolidation of power, do you think there's a possibility to still avert that kind of future that was depicted at the start of your film, that kind of mass surveillance dystopia that really breaks down the human?
Okay. I remember if you jaywalk in Los Angeles, you will get arrested too. It's not just in China. And I'm not creating a war in China. This is the whole world. It's just because I shoot in Chinese, so I have to speak. The actor have to speak in Chinese. So I'm not saying this is a particular country. This is the whole world. We are going downhill, that's for sure. And tomorrow is not better. Every day it's getting worse and worse. I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, but look at the news. So it's not just one country, seriously. It's United States. You know? So, hey, don't blame just one place. I mean, everyone is connected. So that's my take. Yeah, and this is a Taiwanese film. It's in Taiwan. It takes place in Taiwan, so it's not really a China film. But anyway, it's good that you can make some connection with that because I like to make a film that you can take away and have your own interpretation. You know, you can put your experience in it. It's not just this China's man is so in pain, but it's everyone. Yeah.
Other questions? Yes, please, here in the front. So the question is, why did you decide to set the film in the far distant future?
Far.
Far future, yeah.
It's 2049. It's not really far for me. And we have auto-driving bus, but we have auto-driving car now, no? So it's not really far away, I think. You have drone everywhere. When I do research for the future, I try to pick up something that is already reported coverage in the news right now. So for me, it's not far. Yeah, it's like next year. You know, who knows? Because it's so. I mean, the technology is going really fast right now, so you can never know what's going on next year. But it's not the technology I'm worried about. It's the people's attitude to each other, the interaction between people. The father don't have much time to visit daughter, you know. So this is what I'm worried about. This is what I hope you guys can read this film and take home and think about it. Yeah, I mean, I don't want my future to become like that. Yeah, when I'm old, you know. So yeah.
Other questions? Yes, up there. Yeah, there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear well. I think, I mean, the question was about the scene of the daughter, that she's first happy and then she's crying.
Looks like she's lying
yeah,
about
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, you go home, you tell your father that let's live together. You know, but it's not gonna happen. Sometimes, you know, you just make the old man happy. You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, she's moving out with a you know, I mean, the father knows that you know, he's not gonna visit her, and she knows she's just saying it just to make him feel better, you know. So she knows it's not gonna happen. Yeah. So that's why she's crying, even though she invites her father, but it's more like a farewell to him. Even if they are close, when you are two places apart, and it's gonna, you know, she can just visit him only once a year. So, you know, it's not gonna be a nice way to end this anyway. Yeah.
Other questions? Yes, please.
It's common. No, it's like it's. Oh, do you want to say the question?
Yeah. So the question, if I heard correctly, is like, you know, that there is only one character who does not speak Chinese in the movie, right? Yeah. So why is that? Is that the question? Yeah.
It's the world, no? It's on the street. People speak different languages. Why do I have to make a Chinese film with all the people speaking Chinese? So, I mean, look. I mean, for me, I'm from a background that I was born in Malaysia. I was in North America for a long time, and I went. You know, so for me, I travel. You know, I move around a lot. So from my perspective, it's not about language. It's not about the place. You know, so it's like for me, it's very natural to have people speaking different languages in like one space. And in Taiwan, I mean, you know, if you know Taiwan enough, it's still a lot of people speaking different languages, more and more so because it's a global village, you know. So yeah.
Other question? Yes, please. Why was the city so empty?
I don't have enough budget. No, it's at night. At night, it tend to be less people because all take place in. No, we got crowd. No, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, it's just trying to reflect the character's state of mind. I think they are lonely people, and also when because I'm trying to put the future, present, and past, put it as if it's one night. As you can see, it's in the future. It's starting from the dawn, right? And at the end, it is morning. So it looks like one night. It's actually 3 nights, and that's the way that it's set up. And from the present and the past, it's already from 10 to past midnight. So you don't see a lot of people on the street. Yeah, I think there's more.
Yeah, I can't. Which one? Yep, yeah, please. Yep, the one. Yeah.
What's the meaning of yes? Anybody want to answer? Yeah, well, we are from places that people smoke all the time. No, it just happened to I smoke, they smoke. Why not? And also in the past, because in the third segment it took place in year 2000. So I think back then a lot of there's no smoking inside indoor thing. It's not yet happened, I think. So I just trying to be real about this because you used to be like people smoking inside the car, even in Taiwan. Even cops smoke inside the car, inside the police station. So it was part of the realism I was trying to make it. But it's true, I know I smoke a lot, but it looks kind of nice. So sorry, yeah.
We should really wrap it up here, but just time for one last short
I
question.
think there was a guy back then, keep raising. Right?
But
Someone from the back.
Yeah.
Did you guys know?
Keep-
Oh, okay.
Go on. Yeah, you. Yeah, yeah.
I well, how did I develop the story backward, right? No, I just wrote it. I mean, I didn't do anything. I mean, it was just I wrote it the way it is. I didn't do a momental way, yeah. So I'm just wrote it. But I guess because the thing is we shot present and past first, and then we stopped for a year, and then we shot future. So I guess during the waiting time, we edit present and past, so we kind of know what we are going in the future. So it's true. It might be even though on the script it's future, present, and past, but when I shot it, we shot in present and past first, and then go back to future. So yeah.
Thank you. No, we really have to wrap it up. It's really late. We have to. Okay.
Nice crowd.
Ooh, they're going to. The question I think is Chan Dongling really fall in love with her in one night? Can he? Is that that's the question, right?
你是要问现实的还是问剧情里面的？剧情 OK。我 OK。我一直，因为其实我在演这个角色的时候，我一直在思考这个道德的问题，尤其是一个我会觉得，当然不，我会在想说，我太太背叛了我是可以这样做的吗？我一直在思考这个道德问题，但是呢，我有时候我觉得这个答案是永远没有对与错的，但我又回归到思考到我自己生理上的问题，我会觉得是说，或许我在最脆弱的时候， 一个人来安抚我的灵魂，或许我就会深深爱这个人，哪怕我只认识他一个晚上。
Well, first of all, I wonder if your question is about right now in real life or back in the film. And the lady confirmed it is regarding the movie plot. The question of whether or not being moral kept in my mind when I was filming this plot. I kept on asking the question whether my wife cheated on me so that I can revenge and do something bad to her. But I guess at the very end, the answer is there's no right answer. During a specific time, I was very vulnerable, I was weak, and even it's just one night of a time, she showed sympathy, she calmed me down, and she showed love and healed my soul, and I think that's true love.
Thank you. Really happy. Wrap it up. Thank you.